Was Wonder Woman really that good? Was it? Does everyone remember when Wonder Woman came out in 2017? Long time ago. We had Batman vs Superman the year before, Suicide Squad just after that. 2016 was a rough year for DC, the DC EU, the Snyderverse. I had no anticipation for Wonder Woman, none at all. I cannot stand Gal Gadot as this character. Patty Jenkins was someone, you know, as a director, whatever. I don't know if she can pull it off. I like Chris Pine. I saw the trailers and I thought, yeah, it looks like a movie. I remember going to see this movie, opening night, with one of my friends, because a bunch of my other male friends actually said, I'm not gonna go see that shit, which is quite funny to think about now that you look back. I really am a feminist at heart, ladies. I remember walking out of this movie thinking I loved it. I really had a good time watching Wonder Woman in 2017 in a busy packed cinema. However, I've never rewatched it. I've had no desire to rewatch it. There's nothing about it that truly stuck with me. So rewatching it the other day exposed a lot of things, and that's where the question comes from. Was it really that good? Was it ever really that good? It has its moments, is the short answer to that question. It has its moments, it has its strengths, it has its weaknesses, and I actually think that the common reception to this movie, the fact that, oh, the ending is terrible, is something I like about the movie. I don't hate that third act. There are moments I hate in it, but most of it, no, it's fine. I like the fact that we get a somewhat cool battle at the end. Visceral, good music, good visuals, I liked it. I thought Ares as a villain, yeah, he's shit. It's a crap villain, like he's not explored, there's no depth there. But that's like a lot of comic book movies, let's be honest. Yeah, I'm not hailing this as some brilliant piece of work, but I enjoy watching it. It's entertaining to me. I think the strengths of this movie are in the relationship between Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor. I truly think the relationship here and how these two characters fall for each other is really well done. It's quite subtle. I remember thinking at the time I first watched this, that was really lovely. And rewatching it the other day, I thought the same thing. I think Chris Pine elevates Gal Gadot. I think the relationship is, as I said, subtle. You see him, no pun intended, pining for her, and she slowly falls for him. And the moment they share together, where they have a nice dance in that town at night and then go and sleep together, it's done well. It's believable. I like that. And the fact that the relationship is the strongest part of this movie means that when Steve Trevor ultimately sacrifices himself in that third act, it's actually a gut punch. It's like, oh, I cared for that character and these two characters together. So that kind of sucks that he just did that. I felt something. So that's the best part of the movie. The worst parts of the movie to me are, and when I say worst, I don't mean it's bad. It's just Gal Gadot. I just can't stand her as Wonder Woman, as an actress, as a human. Imagine all the people. Remember that video?
Imagine there's no heaven.
Shut up, bitch!
I don't know, I think Gal Gadot is like The Rock in female form, almost. Like she just exploded into popularity because of Wonder Woman. And then she goes on to do all these terrible movies. Red Notice, Heart of Stone. Did anyone see that on Netflix? My God. That's only come out last year. She's returning to Fast and Furious, like anyone gives a shit. I just think Gal Gadot is a terrible actress. And every time she shows up in one of these DC movies, she does the same thing. In every movie, actually. The really smug smile, the Gal Gadot smirk. And I hate it. She doesn't have the physical presence. She doesn't have the acting chops. She has moments in this movie where she's good. And I am so glad we're going to get a new actress going forward. Chris Pine, as I said, I think he's great. He's great in everything he does. I do think that. He here comes in with the charm and the charisma. He's got the Riz baby, no cap, Ohio. He comes in with that and he kills it. He's the best part of this movie, I would say. Connie Nielsen plays sort of, I can't remember her name, but the queen of Themyscira. Before we go on to Themyscira, I think looks great. I think this movie looks great. but Themyscira really comes alive with the filmmaking, the color, the vibrance, the set design I think is all pretty damn good here. Back to the acting, Connie Nielsen plays her mother, does a fine job, is always great in everything. Robin Wright plays the other one, the other tough lady, like Diana's, Wonder Woman's mentor, military leader, I guess, of Themyscira. The really tough one, Robin Wright. I really like Robin Wright. I think she's great in everything. And she has a body that goes, that woman, she could kick my ass. She's got that real sort of tight, oh God, that sounds weird when I'm describing a woman, but you know, she looks very lean. Something I do question watching this movie are the actual powers and strengths of the Themyscirian women. Are they invulnerable? Because Robin Wright gets killed by a bullet and that's it, she's dead. And she dies so quick. But then it's also like, do these women live forever? Because they can't reproduce, I don't think. I don't know the comic book lore of Wonder Woman or Themyscira. It's just weird to me. So they're immortal, invulnerable, but they can be killed by bullets. I don't know. I just think a little more explanation truly about what Themyscira is and its people would have been nice. I can look past it, but I just think it's bizarre that, you know, these women that train for millennia, that's all they do. They don't have jobs. They train. Get killed by a few thirsty, dehydrated German soldiers with muskets. Like, come on! And that's another thing about the acting that cracks me up in this movie. It feels like because Gal Gadot has that accent, everyone else was forced to do an accent on Themyscira, and that became like the Themyscirian accent. Kalal, no!
Kalal, no!
I just think it's hilarious, and I really don't think anyone pulls off a convincing accent. No one. No one. It's pretty well written. I mean, it's by numbers, it's predictable. It's a very generic story. There's nothing pretentious going on here or special. I think some of the fish out of water stuff works. As I said earlier, the relationship works. I think the villains suck. That Dr. Poison lady, it's a unique look, but ultimately, not a character. Danny Houston, who plays a villain in everything he's ever been cast in. I don't know, I've never rated him as an actor. There's nothing interesting about the man. He looks like a bad guy. He plays a bad guy. He puts on accents. However, he's not captivating. So the villains are weak. The writing of the villains are weak. I mean, look, at the end of the day, the writing and the story doesn't matter here. There's nothing objectively horrible, in my opinion, towards the writing. Nothing insulting. That's the one thing I can say about this movie. Whilst I don't think it's great, it doesn't upset my intelligence. It doesn't truly thrill me in too many ways. It has its standout moments, which I think is what everyone remembers most. And that's it. Yes, the writing at the end is really kind of, I guess some points could be cringy. Ares with his monologues, you know, I will destroy them. It's like, okay, Lupin, calm down. I will destroy you! And the fact that after Ares is destroyed, World War I seemingly ends, that's bizarre. That's probably the worst bit of writing in the movie. That and the forced DC connections. Seeing Wonder Woman at the start, the narration. I hate narration in movies when it sort of just isn't part of the plot device or the framing of the script. You know, I hate that. It's things, there's little things. There's little nitpicks. We'll get into the little nitpicks I got later. I touched on it earlier, the filmmaking. So Patty Jenkins is a talented filmmaker. She's made good movies and bad movies. One of them we're still going to talk about in time. She's not exactly a thrilling filmmaker. There's nothing about what she does that makes me go, oh, Patty Jenkins, I have to see what she does next. She's not one of those directors. She's above average, I would say. I love the choice to shoot on film. The movie looks great. I wish Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad looked like this movie. Colorful, vibrant, bleak when it needs to look bleak. That is good cinematography. I think the cinematography is great in this movie. I think the art design is great. I think the way the Themyscirians look, their world, are great. London in World War I times looks great. A lot of it's CGI, it's pretty good. The filmmaking hits everything it needs to hit. It actually feels like people tried and worked hard on this movie. I really think pretty much in the whole of the DCU, whilst I think Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman have better cinematography, this is probably the best looking movie. It's the most realistic, grounded looking movie without looking dull. That's what I like about it. It just looks good. The score's good. It's not great, but it's good. Wonder Woman's theme is good. It's not the best. I like it more in Batman vs Superman. In Batman vs Superman, when it's not that guitar solo, her main theme, there's like these sort of off-kilter, I don't even know what would be like, it sounds like a woodwind, fluty type of instrument that underlines Diana's scenes in Batman vs Superman. Here, it's a little more generic, just orchestral. It hits well in the romantic moments, in Steve Trevor's big sacrifice. It does all that very well. It's fine. It's good. It's not great. It's good. Everything's sort of coming together with this movie. We keep bringing back to it. Was it really that good? I think it's overrated if we're going to answer that question, but it's a fine movie. We're not done. We're not done. I just wanted to bring it back to that so you understand what I'm trying to do here. It's good. It wasn't that good. Because we've sort of talked about everything that goes into a movie now. The filmmaking, the writing, the acting, the music, the look of it. That's a movie. It's really that simple. There are nuances and there are ways to make things better and enhance certain aspects of your filmmaking. It all depends on the director. At the end of the day, everybody, directors are what make movies good or bad. Yeah, studio interference, all that. Have you ever noticed that studio interference usually only happens with directors that are just bad communicators? Has anyone ever noticed that? Zack Snyder, Josh Trank, these people that think they're bigger than the movies themselves. Christopher Nolan's never had studio interference. Edgar Wright never does. James Cameron never does. Ridley Scott does, because I think, frankly, he's probably a terrible communicator. I don't know, I'm going on a bit of a tangent here. What I'm trying to say is, film is a director's medium. Patty Jenkins seemingly is a good communicator. So she gets to make the movie she wanted to make. For the most part, it seems. It doesn't seem like there was too much interference, and this is the movie we get. I do want to talk about the things that stick out to me that I don't like. Now, Gal Gadot's reactions in so many scenes where it's meant to be like a moment frustrate me. The first moment where she uses her gauntlets, and she's like, she just does like that model face all the time. Really not convincing. Her line delivery, for the most part, almost all the time is terrible. I think the moments with Chris Pine work the most because she's mostly listening and she does that fairly well. Her big no when he dies, I think that works. It's fine. Other things I don't like, Ares' design, the very silver look. You know, we've done Zod, Doomsday, whatever that thing was in Suicide Squad, and now Ares. The big CGI silver villain. How many times are we going to do it, DC? Not good. And I hate the final shot of this movie. It's just so emblematic of Gal Gadot's acting. When she's flying and they use like this shot that's just awful. Like this awful shot of her like floating up in the sky and she's got just this absolutely blank expression. I find that to be the cringiest way to end a movie. I hate the final shot of this movie, but I can look past it. And one thing I will talk about before we end this video is pretty much what everyone remembers about this movie, which is the no man's land scene where she walks out. It's a very well done scene. That's when like everything about the movie is firing. Look, the music, everything about it. Gal Gadot does her best here. There's nothing wrong with the performance. And you know damn well when they made this movie, that scene was going to be the scene. It's all over the marketing material, the trailers, it is everything. And another thing I will say that I appreciate a lot about this movie is it's not about female empowerment. There's no message. There's no, look at this. It's called No Man's Land, and she didn't turn around and go, but I'm not a man. I was waiting for that in the cinema, I remember, and she didn't do that. This movie's not about that. It's just a superhero movie. It's good. It's not insulting. It's not above its station. It's not trying too hard. It's very enjoyable at times, dumb at times, but Wonder Woman is a good movie. Was it really that good? I don't think so. I think it was overrated then. I think it's overrated now. I think it's looked back on fondly simply because DC had no idea what they were doing, especially after the reception of Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad. When you're eating a plate of shit and you find a chicken nugget is going to look a lot better than it really is. And that's Wonder Woman. I better not talk too long. I got more movies to review. That's Wonder Woman. What are your thoughts? I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Goodbye.